think we are going live, and we're live. Today is my last ever day in Oregon. I can see I've already got 2 people in the live chat, which is wonderful. So welcome along. If this is your first time to a live or not, I imagine not, but most people seem to have been here before. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Don't know how well the microphone is. Yeah. I am recording this from Oregon, and I'm currently in a garage where it's starting to rain pretty hard. I'll show you where I am, a little bit of a tour. So that is the pretty wet weather, which isn't all that good. We've got a fat mongrel in the live chat saying hello. I'm going to plug my headphones in. Hopefully this audio will be better. How is that? Does that seem to be better? Oh, yeah. Aviator. Woo! Yeah, the thunderstorm suck. Good to have you along, Aviator. So Aviator and I cycled together a few days ago. Some of you won't know what it looks like, so I'm going to show you a photo. Because we spent a few days together cycling, which was super cool. Here we go. Me and Aviator. Good to have you along, buddy. We ended up bumping into each other the other day in a campsite. He's also cycling down through the US. He's got loads of crazy plans. So, Alex, yeah, really good to meet you, mate. Yeah, you're in a thunderstorm. Are you cycling today? Seth Pollack, looks like Yorkshire weather. So this is it. This is why them trees get so wet and so big. Sorry, because it's so wet. So yeah, I wanted to do a little live stream because it's been over a week. Today is a day off the bike. I'm editing a video today. So if you're over on Patreon, you'll be able to see that by the end of the day. I will definitely finish that. It's going to be my last Alaska video. That is the aim. And then it'll be up on YouTube proper in about a week. So you can wait along for a week if you want to watch that. We've got Tarzi saying hello. And Ted Edwards, hi Adam, glad I've seen you live. Hope you had better weather than we had today. Not looking good, Ted, but I'm not cycling, so it's all well and good. As we can see, it is raining hard. So I cycled with Aviator, who's in the chat, and I cycled with another girl called Eva, who is from the Czech Republic. We got on really well, all 3 of us, and had a really good day. This was like 2 days ago. I was staying at a Warm Showers host, and it was okay to put 2 of us up, so Eva is staying here as well. I don't know what she's doing at the moment. So we've got both of our bikes sat, it's a bit dark over here in the garage. And I thought I'd come to the garage because it's the only real quiet place where I can talk. Because in the house, there's dogs and there's people and there's things going on. So yeah, this one in this live stream, wanted to give you a little bit of, well, where I've been, what I've done for the last few days, what Oregon's been like. Some of you may never have been to Oregon, may never have cycled here. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time in Oregon. I had a really, really good time cycling here. And then I'm going to tell you about what I'm doing in the future. We've got Darren Hunter, Daz Hunter, looking well, mate. Cheers, Daz. Yeah, I've been on the bike now for 2 weeks since leaving Vancouver. I left. I think it's about 13 days exactly now, which I've taken 3 days off the bike. So I cycled for 10. And I cycled some big distance over them days. Cycled 110, 120, 130K days. I had mainly good weather, I'm going to be honest, really sunny coming down through Washington. But then on the odd occasional day, it'll get like this, where it's just never ending rain. And that doesn't look too bad right now, but it actually is quite rainy. And when it rains here, it rains hard because we're right next to the Pacific coast. I'm really close to it. So, and that's the reason in this area, as we get to Southern Oregon and heading into California, there's these massive redwood trees. So that's what I'm going to be seeing for the next 2 or 3 days, cycling through Northern California towards San Francisco. So yeah, that's why the trees grow so big. It's because the weather's quite good, and then it's not, and it rains hard, which allows them to grow. So yeah, I cycled through Washington State, down through Oregon, and the Oregon cycling has been by far the highlight of the coastline so far. Let's see if I can show you some photos. It's going to be on my phone, so it's not going to be as good as you could imagine. But the views are really pretty. So the Oregon coastline looks like really nice, pretty coastline. This isn't a drone photo. That's just me taking a normal photo at the top of a pass. Lots of these little islands in the water, which is really cool. That's one of the girls I was cycling with, Eva, who's in there now. There's Aviator, who's in the chat. There's Eva, another couple of cyclists. One of the best things about cycling through on the Pacific coast is that there's loads of other cyclists here. So I've not been bored or lonely in the slightest. Like every day, I'll cycle with like 2, 3, up to 5 people at a time. It's a real change for me, having been really solo and solitary for quite a long time, to be here where it's, I'm definitely I'm really sociable. More pictures. There we go, more coastal. You see this blue sky is really pretty, so it's completely different to what I've had for the last few days. So the Oregon coast has been like, genuinely a really big highlight. I think I've timed it really well to take a day off on this really wet, rainy day. The host I'm staying with is a woman called Karen. She's in her late 70s, married to a guy called Jim, who's early 80s, and they're so cool, so kind and friendly. This is something quite interesting. They grow a shed ton, I say that in English relative terms, they grow a load of marijuana here in the house, which I'm going to show you very shortly. I'll take you to the marijuana farm. I'm going to have to walk in the rain for a second. So hopefully my Wi-Fi will stay for that. But it's legal to do that in Oregon. She makes like chocolates and loads of other marijuana treats. And there's dispensaries everywhere. It's completely legal in this state. So it's quite interesting to see that. So I'm going to take you to the weed farm soon. And maybe later today, we're going to cultivate some of it, which just means cutting it up, which apparently you can get pretty high just cutting it up. So that'll be interesting. I'm going to come into the live chat now and see anyone down here and anyone that can say hello. Down home, girl 74. Hello, Adam. Beautiful day here in Fort McMurray, AB, Alabama, I'm guessing. They have snow in southern Alberta. There's snow in Oregon. So where I am now, somebody showed me some pictures today from some of the roads further east where it's starting to snow. So I'm pretty happy I'm not in that snowy mountain pass. Greens are cruising. That's Kelly Laura Green. Howdy, nice to have you along. Hope you two are well. Kentucky Classroom. First time I think I've said hello to you. Next summer, planning to ride from Anchorage, connect to the Great Divide route to Mexico. Really enjoyed your Alaska vids. How do I send a donation if I don't want to sign up to the Patreon thing? That's super kind, Kentucky Classroom. If you'd like to support me on my YouTube channel, there's a PayPal page, or you could send me a super chat just straight through YouTube. If you're in America or the UK, most countries support it. You can send a super chat. If you don't know how to do that, I think you might have to hit. It's different, depends on what device you're on. But yeah, mate, that'd be really appreciated. Or you can send through PayPal, which is on my YouTube page. Senator Wilson, how do you find places to stay? Really good question. So far on my journey, I haven't, in America and Canada, I've not paid to stay anywhere other than the odd campgrounds. The campgrounds are really cheap. So most campgrounds, state campgrounds, are $8 or $7, give or take. $7 or $8 for each stay. And for that, you get a hot shower and somewhere to charge your stuff normally. So it's really good. Here at this house, I use Warm Showers. Warm Showers is a hosting website where people can host cyclists, or you can create a profile and be hosted on the basis that when you finish your journey, you too will become a host. And it's a really good way for people to meet other foreigners or locals. Karen here, who's in like late 70s, like I said, she just loves meeting people. She's so sociable. I'll hopefully introduce you to her in a minute once this rain stops. But I'll go and say hi, and you'll get a bit of Karen time. So that's how I find people. Kyra, Seth Pollack. Have a beer with those chocolates. Thank you. I'll show you the marijuana farm very soon. But $10, mate. Thank you so much. That's really appreciated. I was just about to read a comment then from Cairo Mansa. Hi, Adam. Love watching your videos. Thanks for sharing this experience with us. Wish you an awesome trip. Oh, no. Kentucky Classroom. Oh, mate. Thank you so much for that. That's $100 super chat. That is outrageous. Mate, thank you so much. Kentucky Classroom, that's the first time. Yourself and Seth Pollock, that's so kind. Thank you so much. That's 10 days on the road, easily. And actually, I say that this month has been a bit of a more expensive month than normal. I've had to, I bought a drone at the beginning of the month, which is the drone footage I've got so far along this coast has been really good. So I'm really happy I invested in that. Second-hand drone, paid 500 Canadian, so about £300 for that. And I also had to get my disc brakes changed. That's $40. And it just, these are the little things I don't they? So thank you, Kentucky Classroom. Thank you, Seth Pollack. Really appreciate that. Down home girl in Alberta. Okay, Robert Woolas. Hello, Adam. It's raining here back in Blighty. Yeah, raining here back in England as well. I've seen Yorkshire has got the World Championship, Cycling Championships at the moment. And it's really rainy here as well. I think it's just as bad here as it is back in the UK. Black Lives Travel. Love you. Love you too. Senator Wilson, I want to try and do this too. Your channel is great info. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So if anyone's got any questions, throw them into the live chat. I'll get to them answers and I'll answer as many as I can get to. It really, yeah, one of the best things about a live chat is me engaging with you guys, the audience, and just being able to see the same faces keep popping up again. That's the only real time I get to feel who you guys are and who my audience are. Kentucky Classroom, welcome, have fun. Thank you, Kentucky Classroom. That money is going to go to good use. So really, genuinely, thank you. Cave Nerd, BICAS, has a $7 to $8 per hour bike stand and all the tools and parts. It's in Tuscan. Okay, that sounds really well. That sounds really good, that, mate. Thank you. Greens are cruising. Do you need anything? At this moment in time, the things I am planning to replace soon, and I've got my bike here, so I can kind of show you it, to be honest. Let me unplug. Oh, it's really dark. It's far too dark to show. It's going to get really bad. I'll just tell you. The thing I need to replace at the moment is my back wheels, or my tyres. I'm going to try and get to through America with them tyres and change them before Mexico. My tyres have lasted from, well, after the Dalton Highway. So I've cycled through Alaska, Canada, and through the States so far with them. But it's a big chunk of rubber has come off the tire. It's like exposed a bit of it inside, which is not good. But I've not had any flats on them tires yet. So I'm just kind of just wearing them until I need to change them. So that's the next definite thing I need to replace. Other than that, mate, nothing. I'm at this moment, just the bike is working and it's doing a good job. Let me get Cycle Our World. All right, mate. Hope you're well. What's the wild camping like on the coast? Really good question. Wild camping on the coast. I wild camped in Washington State 3 or 4 times. Really easy. Big forests. Saw some forest, get into it, camp. As soon as I got into Oregon, it was equally easy, but I've decided not to wild camp as much. And that's really because I really have enjoyed the social aspect of spending time with other cyclists. When I'm wild camping, I'm by myself, and I quite like that sometimes. But every time I've gone to a campsite, there's been other cyclists there. And having other cyclists there means I have other people to travel with, which at the moment I've traveled with Aviator, who was in the live chat earlier on, right at the beginning, with Alex. And I also cycled with this girl who I'm with at the moment, Eva. Don't know how long we'll cycle together for, maybe a couple more days, maybe not. So yeah, it's been the social aspect. So for me, wild camping is easy so far, but I've just chosen not to. And for $8 a campsite, and this is my bit of a naughty secret, I've actually been staying for free in a lot of the campsites. If you turn up after 8 p.m. or like 7 p.m., Usually the offices are closed, and that means there's nobody to pay it to. You're meant to put your money in a little envelope and pay. I've just been pitching my tent and then leaving really early in the morning sometimes. So I've had a few free campsite stays. Probably should admit that. Pave Nerd, it's a collective just for bikes. Ah, cool. That's what you're on about, the $7-8 bike stand. That's really good. It's good for people that don't have the knowledge and experience. And Tucson's just before Mexico. That's really good to know before I go into Mexico. So thank you, mate. Cheers, Cave Nerd. Senator Wilson, do you have a map of where you're planning and maybe opportunities to join your ride? I don't. I've not made a map of my proposed route for one good reason, is it will change. I change my mind all the time. I was thinking yesterday, just not even going to San Francisco and just starting to head east into like national parks. So I keep changing my mind and flicking back and forth. And I'm really open to proposals and ideas from other people, including you guys in the chat. So yeah, that's why I've got no route. So if anyone does want to join me, the best way really, I post on Instagram most days. Instagram, which is Adam Cycling the World. And you can kind of get an idea of where I am. And I'm usually telling people where I'm going. So as in, the next few days, I'm going to be going down to San Francisco, down the California coastline. So that's going to be the next week. So if anyone is on the California coastline heading down, it'd be more than welcome to join me at any time. Dustin Dupree, thank you so much, buddy. $5 in the super chat. I've just come to your question there that you've asked, which is wonderful. That's a really good way to use a super chat, is if anybody has a big old question. And I've just seen as well there, Greens are cruising, $25 into the super chat. That's towards your rubber replacement fund. Thank you so much. That's genuinely, this live stream's bought my wheels, my new tires. That's amazing. Thank you so much. That's good. Yeah, it's going to be like about $40 per tire. Normally $40 to $50 per tire. So yeah, thank you all for that. That's amazing. Dustin Dupree, back to your question. Any plans to compile a feature-length documentary after your journey is complete? Or do you consider the YouTube videos the final product? Great question. Oh, Dustin. Right, I filmed everything in 4K. Everything. Actually, except now, my new drone footage. The new drone I've got doesn't film in 4K, only films to 1080. All drone footage is all in 4K. My idea was I'm future-proofing it in case I want to make a feature-length documentary. So far, I've made, I think I'm on to 60, 70 episodes, all about 10 minutes long. It's a lot of time there. So to make a full-on, I don't know how long this journey is going to last, really. At the moment, with YouTube's going really well at the moment, I made a video which some of you may have seen, which was just seen another super chat come in. Senator Wilson for being a hero. Not at all. You are the hero. How's it going? We've just missed my host. I think he's off into the garden. Gonna say hello to the internet, Jim. This is Jim. I'm just on the internet at the moment.
Hey, I know him.
Yeah. So this is Jim, who's hosting me at the moment. So I just wanted to say thank you. And these are the people at the moment who are chatting to me on the internet, and I can read their questions. And somebody's asking me, am I going to consider making a documentary about my journey when I finish?
Good.
What do you think to that?
Oh, I think it's very entertaining. Nice to watch it. I really enjoyed that.
Cheers, Jim.
So, if that's marketable, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, and the weather today is pretty horrendous, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Look at this. What was it like in town? Was it mayhem or was it okay?
It's raining pretty hard.
Yeah.
Off and on, these thunderstorm things are pretty isolated.
Yeah. October is coming.
Yeah.
The rain is on its way.
When it rains like hell.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cheers, Jim.
Good.
Brilliant. Right. Back to it. Senator Wilson, you're the hero. Thank you so much for sending me that. Back to Dustin's question. The documentary or film or whatever. I see the YouTube videos at the moment is me just learning how to make films and videos, really, how to tell a story. And it's an opportunity for me to practice every single week. and to stop, give me an opportunity to stop, and that's what it is. So yeah, eventually, when the journey finishes, I don't know, mate. I could be on the road in 10 years' time and still cycling. And I was saying that the YouTube channel is going really well. I made a video about my gear, and if you watch me, you'll know that I'm not really a gearhead. I'm not really a gear geek. I don't really care too much about it. So the video was just, here's my gear, just an insight for you guys. It seems to have done really well. And because that did really well, it's brought a lot of new people to my channel, which also means I'm now also just doing, being able to bring more money in, which also helps me to continue traveling. I see there's a load of questions here, which I'm going to try and get to. Let me put my glasses on so I can read them better. Ria. Okay, what are the roads down the coast? Are they busy? And that's from Cycle Tourer Manchester. All right, mate. So the roads down the coast are busy. Yeah, I put it into my onto Instagram the other day, and I want to show you a picture of it because it is not very good. Where is this photograph? So I put this photo on Instagram the other day of this guy. As you can see pretty clearly, he's had a bad day. Nobody was hurt there, but basically this guy came around the corner, and I was like sat down well away from the road, just on a bank, getting a loaf of bread, and he just came around and boom, smashed into a tree about 20 meters in front of me. It's just one example of the many idiots that are driving on these very rural roads. They just fly around in big trucks, often too quick, and they can't handle it often. It's the biggest risk I see for me is being hit by a car. So yeah, the roads can be busy, to be honest. It's September, going into October. Shouldn't be as busy now, but it is. That's why I'm considering going inland and getting away from this busy Highway 101, the coastal road. Lucian Dutu, nice to see you again from Romania. Always a pleasure to have you along, Lucian. And Tucson. Oh, that's how you spell Tucson. For your information, Kivned. Cheers, mate. Cycle Our World. Nice to have you two along. Hope your tour's going well. Where are you two at the moment? I'm just going to read your question. I've pinched a few hostels too, don't worry. Yeah, I'm only campsites, so I'm only just picking up late and going. Any trouble from ticks? I had a problem with a couple of bites in Germany that I may have been carrying Lyme's disease. And I've heard they're out of control in the US. No ticks so far. Yeah, they can be bad. I don't know if it's the seasons as well. It can be really good weather. When it's better weather, the ticks come out. Yeah, got to be careful there, mate. Check all your nether regions, because that's where they often like to hang out. Brian Deneen, love your spirit, man. Cheers, Brian. Cave Nerd, man, oh man, good job, guys. Keep him fed and warm. Thank you from Cave Nerd. So there we go. You've met Jim very briefly, and a few people saying hello to Jim. And from Farsam, what's your daily budget like? I say I try to spend like $10 a day. That's not wholly accurate for every single day, for sure. Last couple of days, I haven't spent anything. And then actually 3 days ago, I spent $90 in a day because I had to buy 2 new disc brakes at $20 each. Oh, that rain is getting worse and worse. Look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo! It's getting crazy out there. Oh my God. That's proper rain. Oh my. That is ridiculous. I'm so glad I'm not cycling in that. Oh my goodness. Oh my. It's quite, oof. I can't leave this garage now. It's the only way out is to go like through here. So I'm stuck. Ooh. Oh, Dwight Zimple from Port Townsend in McDonald's. He sent me a super chat. Dwight, thank you so much. I'll tell you about the McDonald's story now, and then I'll go back to the daily budget. McDonald's in Port Townsend. I had my bike against the window, pulled up, and Dwight and his wife asked me where I've come from, where I've cycled from. I told Dwight his story. He told me about all of his travels. Dwight travels a lot, and there's nowhere I mentioned that Dwight hasn't already been. And then as Dwight started asking me questions, a guy on the table behind me started asking me questions. I'm there with my little $1 ice cream cone, chatting away. Before you know it, I'm having multiple conversations with the whole of McDonald's. The most sociable McDonald's conversations and chats I've ever had. And Dwight has since been emailing me. And thank you very much for putting up my channel onto Facebook. I saw that the other day. So Dwight, thank you very much. My budget per day, I say $10. That's my aim. But actually, sometimes, like I said, disc brakes the other day to buy. I'm going to have to buy tires soon. So it's just spend as little as possible and camp as much as I can, cook my own food. And yeah, that's really my aim. But I think in the US so far, I've probably spent about, like $500 in the last 3 weeks. So yeah. All right. Ashley Middleton, nice to see you here, mate. Good to have you along again. Hey up, Adam. Hope you're well, chat. Thank you. Cassie Abraham. Oh, blessings from Swaledale. I love Swaledale in Yorkshire. Cycle Our World, currently in Bulgaria at the moment, on my own. The missus is flying out to Istanbul next Thursday, and then we're heading east for the rest of the trip. Loving the live streams. Oh, that's good, mate. Oh, good. Bulgaria, Istanbul, October, winter is coming. Woo. Are you planning to rest up in Georgia or wait the winter out, ready for the summer before the premieres? Be interesting. And I'm going to love California from Skyclad Wanderer. And greeting, Skyclad Wanderer, you're going to love California, brother. And greetings from Horsetown, USA. So one of the things I wanted to do is show you the marijuana farm. Right now, my route to the marijuana farm is that way. I do not fancy walking through that. My laptop will get destroyed. So I can't go at the moment. You have to wait for that to die down. Hopefully in the next half an hour that'll die. Unless there's an umbrella in here. Oh my God. Look at this. From Rafa Rangel. Do I speak Portuguese? No, I don't. Obrigado. It's the only word I know in Portuguese. I've just seen my good mate Chris Brandt. Red ass. Cheers, mate. How are you doing, Chris? I'll have to catch up with you soon. We haven't really spoke for a couple of weeks, so if you're well, mate. Andrew Cattle just joined. Where in Oregon are you? I am 5 miles or so from California. What's the name of the town I'm in? Let me just look at Google. It begins. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry about this. I am 5 miles from California. Google's been slow. Brookings. There we go. Brookings, Oregon. I'm just down the road from Brookings at the moment. Laughing my ass off. Have you been toking? No, I don't smoke. But I may have consumed a chocolate, which was a weird experience. And I will show you Karen, who gave me a chocolate. She's super, super fun. You'll like Karen. So it'd be nice to say hello to her. Alex Hofvander, just caught you before bedtime. Good day to you and good night from Sweden. Yeah, I've tried to do it in the morning so I can hopefully catch people in the UK as well. So yeah, good on you. Cheers, Alex. Rafa Sim, Cycle Our World, staying in Georgia over the winter. Hopefully be able to pick up an English teaching job. I'm sure you will. I love Georgia, by the way. I've never cycled there, but I've traveled to Georgia. Tbilisi, brilliant place to be. You'll love it there. And then the stands in spring, flying over the Himalayas to India towards Southeast Asia. That's a wonderful plan. Well, good luck. I will be doing that myself at some point. I've just seen Adventures on a $700 hardtail has just given me $20 in the super chat. Thank you so much. Adventures on a $20 hardtail is Julia. And Julia, I have just written you I've just wrote a postcard for you, and because it's Sunday, I can't post it today. But you've become one of my patrons, and you will absolutely get that postcard. So thank you so much. You just wrote there, I'm glad you're finding the occasional roof over your head and meeting new friends along the way. Stay safe. Brilliant. Thank you so much for that, Julia. That's really appreciated. That's amazing. Thank you. It's so nice to be able to chat to you guys in the live stream. I see there's 68 people there at the moment. So keep your questions coming. I'm going to get through these questions. Hopefully the rain will die down. This waterfall will end, and then I can get into the marijuana farm and I'll show you it. If not, I'll just show you it inside. I'm sure there'll be some in there. There's a little blending machine. Okay, so Skyclad Wanderer, I'm going to continue my work. I wish you well. Look forward to other live streams as well as your regular posted videos. Haha! That chocolate bar gave you the mad giggles. Peace out. Fambo! Andreas Berg, struggle with your name there. Baumgartner. Andreas Baumgartner. Hello from Deutschland. Good to have you along, Andreas. David Davison, you need a bike bag with wheels when transporting your bike. I don't understand that question. What do you mean you need a bike bag with wheels when transporting your bike? Do you mean when you're flying? Cave Nerd, what's your favorite food? I'll tell you what my favorite food is, mate. It's Yorkshire puddings. Classic Yorkshireness. So last night, if anyone doesn't know what a Yorkshire pudding is, I made dinner last night for my guests. For my hosts. Made a good old plate of Yorkshires. There we go, homemade Yorkshires. I like that, the photo show with Adam. But made some Yorkshires, bit of gravy, leg of lamb, and there's about 7 or 8 of us last night. Last night was also really good for another reason. When I was in China, in Kunming, in December, January, I met a guy called Rob. He's from Oregon. He's from Milford down the road, but he lives in China for 5-6 months a year. Robert messaged me. I spent Christmas, New Year's with Robert. Really good time with Rob. Sorry, he messaged me. Where are you going to be, man? And in short, he came over last night, shared some wine. Rob smoked a load of his very pungent ganja. Yeah, we had a really good time. Robertson is like late 50s, I think. And yeah, really good time. I went for a lot of cycle rides with Rob in China. So to see somebody 9 months after I last saw him in a completely different country, he's American, so he's from here, but he speaks absolutely fluent Chinese. So it's a real inspiration, actually, to see that somebody that does that. So yeah, that was last night, and I made them Yorkshire puddings for him. Roussel, what's your usual maintenance routine on the road? Cleaning, lubrication chain, and tuning derailleurs, etc. So my usual routine is at least once a week to just gut out with a rag and my little brush all my drive train and all the metal parts that move. If it's wet or rainy, I'll always dry it straight away after that. If it's dusty and sandy, doing it more often and lubricating it whenever I do that. And that is about it. I'll check tire pressures once a week, give or take. Yeah, I try to be usually all right. And that's it, unless something specifically needs doing other than that. Tuning derailleurs, never done it. I have when it's had to gone out of place, but if it works, it works. I just don't touch what's not broken. Pusa Studios, hey there, and cheers from Montreal. I've seen all the climate protests there. Looks like, yeah, I've never got myself over to Montreal, but all good stuff happening over there. And very nice, haven't had those in ages. Yorkshire puddings, yeah. His favorite food is peanut butter and tortillas. It is at least by frequency of consumption. Do you know what? Peanut butter tortilla is definitely one of my most consumed foods. I don't know if it's my favorite, though. I think English fish and chips as well. That's what I really miss the most of all the foods I've not had. David Davison, how do you find your way around in a foreign country? I would say the same way as I do in my own country, in England. I just, yeah, pick a route, look at a map. I'll decide which way I want to go. In so there's so many ways you can find your way around. That I have a phone here with Google Maps and Maps Me, all these other apps. So I can look at that at any point and it'll give me a good cycling route rather than being on the highways. Sometimes I've used paper maps, quite easy. Because I'm on roads nearly all the time, it's quite easy to follow road signs. If you know where you're heading, look for the signs, just keep following it. It's really simple. The world is much easier to navigate than you think. So yeah, just a mixture of different maps and stuff like that. From Michael Hedberg, hello Adam. Looks like we're having the same weather situation at the moment. I know, mate. It's dying a little bit. I don't think there is an umbrella in here. No, we'll have to wait a little bit longer. Old mate, Andy Ritchie, long time no speak. I didn't even know you watched my videos, buddy. Andy Ritchie, treat yourself for a beer, buddy. Loving the videos back in Bev. Hope you, Katie, and the family are doing really well. That's amazing, Andy. Oh, I hope you're well. I haven't spoken to you for bloody ages. That's amazing. Andy Ritchie. That's so nice. Thank you, Andrew. Mate, that's amazing. So Andy and I used to be really, really good mates at school. And he was a really good goalkeeper back in the day. And really absolute pleasure to... Oh, mate, thank you. That's made my day. Right. Be it from Beverly. Yeah. Do miss home sometimes. Cyclo World, really excited to see Asia after your videos. How long were you making videos before your channel started gaining traction beyond people you knew in real life? Let me read that again, so that's not gone into my head. How long were you making videos for before your channel started gaining traction beyond people you knew in real life? Okay, so I started making the videos for this bit for the YouTube. So I'm making videos as I knew I was going to do this journey. So when me and Lucia bought our bikes, that was when we first started filming. I started filming. I filmed us buying the bikes. Then we did a tour in Yorkshire. Before that, my only filming experience was I did a trip to Nepal and I filmed it on a GoPro, the whole thing. And I did a trip 4 or 5 years before that with my friend Ollie, and we cycled around France and Belgium. And I filmed that. So that's it. I have no other professional experience or anything like that. It's all self-taught. So I made a couple of videos for the military when I worked there, just to test it out myself as well. But yeah, nothing else paid. I did work for this guy who's a rally driver for the Cypriot national rally team and works World Championship rally team. Made a video for him as well. So yeah, I've just seen Lucian Dutu's come in like an absolute hero with his Romanian currency, which I don't know how much that is, but thank you so much, Lucian. That's amazing. Cheers, buddy. So yeah, then I made videos from really September when I started the journey proper. And the first time I ever gained traction, I think the first ever video I made in Singapore, somebody on a Reddit subreddit Singapore posted it there, and it genuinely wasn't me. Somebody posted it on our Singapore, and I got 1,000 subscribers in a day. My first video of the journey, and that was the start of me just starting to have an audience of people I didn't know. So in the comments here in the live chat, there's only Andy Ritchie and my mate Chris Brandt, and I would say there's only one other person, Daz Hunter, so there's 3, and Aviator, who I've met for the first time this week, so I didn't know him beforehand. So there's 4 people I know from real life that are in the live chat now. So, but actually some of you guys who I've never met, and I just see your names, I feel like I get to know you guys from the comments you ask and the things you say. So yeah, first video I did that, and then slowly, I'd say for about 8 months, by Christmas time, so September to December. That's how long it took to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's it. So I got, I think, 500 or so subscribers from the Singapore video, then 1,000 by December. My aim is hopefully to get to 10,000 by the end of this year, by the 31st. We'll see how it goes. If not, just keep doing it. Back into the questions. Glenn Adams, impressed by your cooking. My gran made yum Yorkshire puddings. I can't. Yes, you can, mate. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. Yorkshire pudding time with Adam. Lamb's too expensive in New Zealand. I thought it'd be fairly... it's just New Zealand. Everything's expensive. I thought lamb would be cheap. It's everywhere. There's more sheep in New Zealand than there are people. No longer a weekly meal, more of a yearly treat. Enjoy your live chat. Yeah, the host I'm with here bought this massive leg of lamb. Super kind of her to do that. And yeah, and Yorkshires, type in to Google Yorkshire pudding, BBC, good food, or BBC. And it's the recipe that says the best Yorkshire puddings. Milk, eggs, flour, make sure the oil is hot. That is the key. The oil needs to be super hot before you put it in. 20 to 25 minutes, good to go. And you get some proper Yorkshires. Just follow the ingredients and just don't mess about with it. Cycle Our World. Also, my favourite Westman meal is eating noodles out of a Yorkshire pudding bowl. Yes, mate. Might work on the road if I can bag some puds. Del Boy Sappho Nut. Do you make them deep fried Mars bars? I am not Scottish, mate. I think there's just people from Newcastle and Middlesbrough. Lorenzo, love from Italy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Seren, hey Adam, nice to see you. Jamie Warner, great videos, man. Just started watching your Alaskan trip recently. Brilliant. Nice to have you along, Jamie. Lucian Tutu, 6 books, beer in the hands. Cheers, buddy. That's going to really help coming into California. So I know that the California campgrounds can be more expensive. And yeah, really, really helps. Cheers, mate. Adrian, North Yorks. Would you tour an e-bike or do you consider it cheating? What's cheating, mate? There's no rules here, is there? Do what you want. If you want to ride an e-bike, crack on. It's better than riding in a car, and it's definitely better than not doing anything. If you're going to go on an e-bike and it runs out of charge and you've got to push it up an hill, that's on you, innit? If you can plan a journey on an e-bike and enjoy yourself, cool. Would I do it if my knees give out one day and I'm like older and my back no longer works? I absolutely will get on an e-bike. I actually quite enjoy the physical aspect of the journey. So I wouldn't want to do it on an e-bike right now. Definitely is moments where I'm going up a hill and some little old lady overtakes me on an e-bike and I'm like, what's going on here? So no, I don't consider it cheating. I think that's a really, the cheating aspect is a really immature thing for me. Bike touring, so individual. When I would have been in my early 20s, I'd have been, oh, that's cheating. For me to hitchhike when I've had a couple of problems. I think if I'm going to hitchhike just because I can't be arsed, that's just a bit weak. But if I'm hitchhiking because there's an offer of a music festival in Canada and I really want to go to it, it's not cheating. I've just taken an opportunity to do something that's going to add value to me. So yeah, that's how I rationalize it in my head. Is there's no rules. It's just life, mate. Hope that helps. Andrea Schmidt, nice to see you. Dan Jones, the key is also not to open the oven door while cooking them. Fantastic, Dan. Very true. Never, ever, ever open the door to check. Wait 20 minutes. Only exception to that is if there's smoke coming out of the oven. That means you burnt them. You messed it up. Don't do that, hopefully. Make sure the oven's not too hot, but it's still at the right temperature. Very, very well said, Dan. Like that. John, out of the blue. How do your legs and knees hold up after being so long on the road? Do you get many aches and pains? I know I do. I don't. That's really, I don't know. It's so individual, isn't it? My legs are really adapted to it. Arms, neck, everything's fine. I think after the longest I've cycled for without a break might have been like 20 days, 30 days. And I actually felt fitter But then it's getting stronger, that rain. Ridiculous. Really want to show you that marijuana farm, so I'm going to have to work a way to get you and the laptop across this rain. So no, I don't get any aches. People stretch. I don't stretch. I'm terrible for stretching, but it definitely will help. I do carry a golf ball to do some deep tissue massage occasionally. The lady I'm with here, she gave me a load of cannabis balm, apparently to put on like aches and pains. So I've got a load of like cannabis balm. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. We will see. I might end up trading it with somebody for something. Definitely not dealing if you're trading. Soren, are you an official wheel builder now? The next job, mate. No, I'm definitely not. But wheels sorted. I've all the spokes replaced, done by a proper wheel builder in Vancouver, and it's good. So yeah, the wheels are right. Cave Nerd BLM says BLM lands, so Bureau of Land Management. Look at that. Land camping is free in Arizona. It's really good to know. Like that. Sheila Christensen, how is the Espanol coming along? My Espanol is okay. My Spanish, I do Duolingo every day and I listen to podcasts and I know more words than I think. I just struggle to get sentences out. So I haven't spoken it a lot, but listening to it, I understand more than I think. I know a lot of words. So I don't know. We'll soon find out when I get to Mexico. David Davison, ever been hit on a bike? Do you mean have I been hit by a car? No, I've fallen off my bike. I'll tell you about the crash. So this is the most pathetic injury of a big old bike crash ever. That is it. Look, that is it. It's the only graze I got. But that was through wearing a jacket plus sleeves under the jacket, and I still grazed my arm. I ripped up all my jacket. Basically, riding my bike down this massive hill, super steep, and I'm going fast in rain, just like this. So it's absolutely chucking it down. And I saw a load of like wet leaves in the shoulder where I was. So I tried just not even with the brakes. I just leant to like slowly move out. And as soon as I like leant a little bit, boom, the bike just slid underneath me. I slid hard on my side. All here was pretty bruised afterwards. And and all my bum cheek, all down here was pretty bruised. So yeah, I did that. And my bike just hit a piece of wood, snapped the brake cable, the brake lever, which I could show you, but super dark. Don't want to be messing about. But basically the brake lever snapped in half, so I only can use it with 2 fingers now. I will change that. That's something I need to change. Somebody asked me, do I need to change anything? My brake lever. Should do that. It does still work, but I will get that done. It's a quick change. And my body was just sore. Imagine just being thrown off your bike and sliding down concrete for like 30, 40 meters or whatever. It felt like that. I'm not even joking. It was a long way. So it's slippy and wet. And I was lucky. I had my helmet on, so I hit the back of my head on the helmet. A lot of people have written to me and said, get your helmet changed, which I will do. It doesn't seem damaged though, if I'm being honest. I hit my head on the helmet and I scraped a little bit as well. So I got lucky and didn't get hit by anybody else. But yeah, that's what happened on the crash. Got back on the bike and I cycled another 50k, so it wasn't all that bad. The next day though, I felt like I'd played a massive, I wrote this on Instagram, massive game of rugby on a concrete pitch. It just felt, my neck, my shoulder, I couldn't lift my shoulder up all that well. I was just a bit bruised. So yeah, not too bad. What's my Duolingo name? Oh God, anyone want to see me on Duolingo? This is quite a good way to hold me to account. I don't know how you found that out. Let's have a look. My Duolingo, I'm just opening up Duolingo now. Take me a second. I'll find out for you, mate. I'm on level 31 with my Spanish. So that's where I'm at. Adam Hugo. That's my my name. I don't know if there's any other way to find me. Just Adam Hugo. Yeah, Adam Hugo. It's just my name. Duolingo. Not very good, that. Cool. Del Boy Sappernup, weather gets a lot better when you cross into California, bud. I hope so. I hope the weather does get better. I think the Northern California can still be really wet. So, yeah, we'll have to wait for that. So what's your current plan? Are you heading inland for the national parks? Yeah, so current plan as of today, I'm going to cycle through the Redwood National Forest, biggest trees in the world, bigger than like most buildings. They're huge. And from there, I think I'm going to cycle all the way into San Francisco. And then from San Francisco, head east to Yosemite National Park. And then keep heading towards Las Vegas. Not really to go to Vegas. Don't really want to go there, but I will go round Vegas and head towards Zion National Park. I want to go to the Grand Escalade National Park, Moab, possibly. These are all in Utah now. So it's basically a load of national parks I want to hit in Utah. Gets really high in altitude, though, and it's going to be November time, I think, by this point. So I've got to be aware of the weather. That's my big consideration. But then from Utah down through Arizona, there's a couple of, I've got somebody called Doug who's offered to host me in Scottsdale near Phoenix, I believe. So I think I'll head through around near him and then into Mexico. That's my current USA plan. Soren, do you have a design for your sticker? You kind of asked for it, didn't you? I'd love to design a sticker. It's one of the things people give out a lot. Oh, the rain is dying. That means I'm going to show you the marijuana farm soon. I'd love to design a sticker. One of the things I need to do is design a postcard first, which I'm going to do today, as well as make this video that I'm going to make. The next one I'm making, by the way, I'm really looking forward to making it because it's one of my favorite experiences in Alaska. It's where I go fishing, catch a load of king salmon. So I'm looking forward to making that. Norman Cooper, change that helmet. You can't see any underlying damage. Better be safe than end up with a broken head. Good advice, that, Norm. I like that. Looking out for my best interests. David Davison, iPhone. Don't know what that means. Right, let me unplug you. You like this? I'm wearing Chris Brandt, if you're still there, I'm wearing sandals and socks. That's going to get wet. Right, hopefully internet will stay. I'm going to go past the rain. Oh, let's go quick. Because my laptop's getting wet. Oh, here we go. Are we still there? Internet connection still working? Woo! I can't close it, the door. That's not bad. Not a bad thing to not be locked in inside. Right, we are now in a massive marijuana farm. So, as you can see, this is super pungent. I don't know if I really... That is so strong. If I could give you the smell-o-vision on here, apparently the buds on here are ginormous. I don't really know what that means. Not really my thing, if I'm going to be honest. This is a small one. Again, big old buds on here. So there we go. Let me show you more of the marijuana farm. So what they were trying to do is try staggering the growth, but turns out they just grow well at one season. Oh, my laptop is covered in water at the moment, so it's gonna be interesting to get back out of here. Yeah, try staggering the growth. It just means I've got some small ones and some like this, which are absolutely ginormous. Big old buds. So a lot of these ones need harvesting and cutting up. And yeah, there's a lot of fans in here, just keeping them cool down in the heat. I don't know much else about it. We should go and see Karen, and she could tell us all about it. She'll know a lot more. Right, I'm gonna have to use my laptop case to protect my laptop. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get that door closed. There we go. Laptop case is protecting the laptop. Ooh. There we go. Right, we'll go in and see Karen in a minute, and she can tell us more about the medicinal uses of marijuana. That's really what she's interested in. She's got arthritis in her wrists, and she tells me that it absolutely works wonders for her. And if she's like nearly 80 years old and is liberal and forward thinking enough to think that this works, if it works, it works, is how I see it. I think people, yeah. Let me have a look at these comments. I've not been able to read it. Andy Ritchie, love watching your journey. Been a primary school teacher for the past 6 years now. Show my class some of your videos to show them you can achieve anything if you have determination. Cheers, Andy. That's amazing. Oh, I love that. That's one of my big reasons for keeping my videos family friendly. Probably don't show them this one. Yeah, but cheers, mate. That's really kind. I do think that myself, you can do anything you want as long as you have determination. Dan Jones, how have you found things like security when sleeping wild? You're not paranoid everything will get stolen? I usually put most things in my tent if I think there's a risk. If nobody knows I'm there, I'll be a little bit more. I'll leave things like my front dry bags on the bike, but just throw everything in your tent. My bike's never been tampered with. You can lock it up if you want, lock it to your tent. I know some people do that, so yeah, I'm not paranoid. I think it can happen. USA is the biggest risk of something like that happening. So yeah, keep them rolling. I agree. Helmets don't always show the damage and should be replaced after a crash. I've got through plenty of them. Yeah, it's good advice. Greens are cruising. Yep, still here. Dustin Dupree, what do you do for bear protection while camping? Do you hang your food, keep your bike away from you, or do you ever eat in your tent? I'll go through that. So for bear protection, there's still bears here where I am now in Oregon, but I've been a bit lax with it recently. You're meant to hang your food. I do hang my food. I have hung my food. As a minimum, if I can't hang it, will keep my food away from the tent and just hopefully it'll be there in the next day. If you're at a campsite and there's a bear risk, there's usually a bear like box where you put all your food, which is quite good. Do I eat in the tent? Nah, never. Don't eat where you sleep, mate. That's disgusting. Yeah, I'm joking. Douglas Minucci, hi mate, cheers from London. Sorry, I'm still listening and enjoying it from Pusa Studios. Have fun in the USA, enjoy California. Right, shall we go and see Karen? Do I need to grab anything from here? Oh yeah, this jumper, the story of the jumper. I think I told you about this already. Got it for free from a dumpster. I like that. All right, uncharged. Let's go see Karen. Oh, rain, rain, rain. There we go. It's going to be a little bit darker in here. Hello. I'm still on the live video, so it's still recording. Karen, do you want to be on the internet talking about your plants, your herbs?
You mean cannabis?
Yeah, I do. How do you feel about that? You can say no.
I can talk about it.
Cool. Right.
But I don't have my...
My laptop is absolutely soaked. It should still work. Oh, let me just get a tissue. I just went into your what do you call it, greenhouse?
Yeah.
And just showed them some of the plants, and I wondered if people would be just interested to know what you do with them.
Well, I take them and we cut them down and we trim them and we dry them and we store them, and then I cook with them.
So I have sampled some of your cooking, which is really nice and delicious. What's the benefits of having it for you?
The only benefit I have, because I don't have any body pains, I'm lucky, I don't have any health issues, is sleep. You sleep like a rock.
Yeah, I've absolutely experienced that.
There's a word they use, stoner.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we sleep like very large stones.
like you sleep, sink like a stone into your sleep.
Yes. It's wonderful. You don't get up. You don't even pee in the middle of the night. You just sleep.
And for some people in the live chat here, they're going to be from England. I've got someone here saying they're from London. They're in London and England. They'll be like, that's illegal. So what are the laws in Oregon?
The law is that if you have a medical marijuana card, you can produce your own concentrates, and concentrates are anything that takes a mechanical means to make, including stirring with a spoon.
Right.
That's mechanical. So the only way you can possess that is to either buy it from a dispensary or to have a medical marijuana card and make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So making chocolates and stuff's all right.
It's all right for me because I have a medical marijuana card.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So it's all legit. There we go.
It's legit.
Yeah.
Me giving you one is a great area, I would say.
I was
You're a
reading
guest
it.
in my house.
I was reading on that little leaflet yesterday, and it says it's a gift. Is that like? I read it. Is that a gift's okay?
Not really.
No, it's not really.
Not really. No. People with a lot of money make these laws, and people want to make more money, and so they make laws that enhance the ability to either have more taxes collected for the state or for people to get more money growing marijuana and dispensing it. And they have to buy a license. For me to make medicine for a dispensary, I've been told by a dispensary, and I haven't researched this, I was just told, $100,000 in licensing and fees. And I'm 78, so it's not a good business plan.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yesterday, me and Karen, we went to one of your friends' yard sales.
Yes.
And Karen used to work in sales, and I can see that you absolutely worked in sales because you were getting people in and like, right, this is good, this is cheap. Yeah. I imagine that because I know that you make soaps as well, and you do a lot of things. So there's that part of you that wants to, that entrepreneurial side. Yes,
but at my age, it's more give it away free almost.
Yeah.
I think there's something difficult about making a lot of money when you're old. Like you have to keep it up. Okay, I was going to become the soap queen.
Yeah.
I would have to produce soap every day. And I'd have to wrap it, and I'd have to mail it, and I'd have to advertise it. It's the same way with anything. And so I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So I make it for fun.
Yeah. Have you ever heard this is like it's a story about a Mexican fisherman, and he's like fishing away every day just for his own pleasure. Mm-hmm. Some American businessman comes up and is like, "Oh, if you were to get a few more boats, you could make more money." He's like, "Why would I want to do that?" It's like, "Well, then you could have like a big house and more cars and be able to get more boats, and then you'll be able to just chill out and relax and no longer have to." He's like, "I already have that. Why would I want to do that now?"
And I kind of feel the same way. If I was 35 years old, I'd probably be obnoxious and I'd be in your face. And I would get you to buy my soap, and I would get you and I would spend $100,000 to be able to be part of the revolution of cannabis medicine.
Yeah.
I have many friends that are part of this. There's organizations like Robert Platshorn in Florida. He did 30 years of prison time for running drugs as a younger man.
Right.
He got out, and now he goes to long-term care facilities and retirement centers, and he tells people about the benefits of medical marijuana.
Yeah.
But he's nearly my age.
If it works, it works. And it's good to see that there's obviously it's legal in Canada and the West Coast, and
yes,
it's just there's different. It's weird for me to see that one country has different laws in different areas. That's something which not many other countries have.
It even goes by city and counties.
Is it really?
Yeah, like I'm not going. Don't quote me. Yeah. But let's say Jefferson County, Oregon, they may not allow any outside grows.
All right.
Someplace else may require fencing put up around you so you can't see the plant, cannot be seen in public. There is no ability to smoke marijuana at the park like you would have a beer.
Yeah,
So it's not perfect.
for sure.
I'd like to see a worldwide legalization. There's a woman in Ireland, Vera, I'm not going to say her name right, Tromley,
Okay.
and she has a daughter named Ava with seizures, and she's been fighting the government for the right to treat her daughter, who does not, can't be helped by any medication except cannabis.
Right.
So she's still fighting. She's walked the whole length of Ireland.
Wow. To raise awareness.
Yes. And she now has the right to go to the Amsterdam and bring in 3 months supply.
Oh, yeah.
But she wants the people of Ireland to be able to get their medicine without going to Amsterdam. I mean, some people can't afford to go to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
They even moved there for 6 months.
I'm not surprised. There's been a few questions here from people.
Oh, okay. I'm not used to this.
They've said, "Oh my God, she's adorable."
Oh,
Somebody's said that, and that's from somebody called Julia, who's Ted Edwards. Looking good for your age, Karen.
Oh, thank you.
Just getting compliments here. Cycle Our World. Wish my nan was this relaxed and happy. They're also on a big bike trip. They're in Bulgaria at the moment.
Oh, you should come by.
So whenever you do Cycling Our World, whenever you come through Oregon, you'll need to come and stay with Karen.
Sure.
The best Warm Showers host
and
in the USA.
There's a sticker on my desk over there that says, "Should Grandma smoke pot?"
So somebody's asked here, Phil John, did she smoke it when she was younger?
No, I did not. I'm kind of a responsible kind of person, and I had small children when it was the cool thing to do. And I thought, oh, I smoked one at a neighbor's, and all I did was stare at the rocks of the fireplace. And I thought the rocks are so interesting. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the most boring thing I've ever done in my life, stare at rocks. And yet there I was. And I thought it was stupid. And I'm not much, I like control. So
yeah.
I never
And
smoked
do you find that by ingesting it gives you a different feeling to smoking it?
It's very different. I don't smoke, period. So it's hard to smoke when you don't smoke. And
I also don't, so I have no concept.
The edibles are more of a body. They go, they will slug you down. You will sit on the couch for 4 to 6 hours.
That's true.
And so they're perfect for sleep. I just eat a piece of candy every day. I mean, every night. I'm not a good person to tell about the experiences of using marijuana because I don't have any.
You've got your personal reason for it, and that's good.
I did it from my mother. That's how I started. My mother was on 5 mind-altering drugs.
Right.
Oxycodone, fentanyl, you name it, she had it. And she was in long-term care, and they were drugging her, and I was kind of upset about that. So I brought her home, and it was when legalization first came to Oregon. And a friend said, why don't you just try marijuana on her? And so my doctor helped her get off all her drugs, and I made her cookies, and it worked.
Brilliant.
And my mother was happier. She lived 5 years as a stoner.
Oh, wow. That's if it improves somebody's life and quality, it makes sense. Somebody here, Douglas Minucci, sent me £2 as just a thank you.
Oh.
How nice is that?
Oh.
So thank you, Douglas. Just wanted to say thank you there. There's no more. Someone, the Cycling Our World has said, I'll keep a lookout on Warm Showers. It will be a couple of years before getting there. Looking forward to getting high. And somebody else who saw me in Alaska, Brian Gibbs, he chatted with me near Denali. He's on a motorcycle. So it's really nice to have people that have already seen me.
Yeah.
So when I leave here, when I do live videos, I hope that one day you'll be able to pop on and join the chat.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Would you know how to do that?
Yeah, I'm kind of computer literate.
Yeah, I've seen you on the TV on it. You can have it on the TV and you chat away to people live.
Oh, wow.
That's what people do
I have
here.
to get some false eyelashes and,
Right.
and a hairdresser and a makeup artist.
But because this is like to the internet forever, I
Yes.
wanted to just say thank you
Okay,
for
you're welcome.
being genuinely an amazing host. And I know I'll say this many more times after this, but you have been genuinely amazing.
Wait till you have dinner tonight.
What are we having tonight?
We're having a rice made with coconut milk and shrimp and scallops. We're having spring rolls. We're having steamed buns with pork belly.
Oh, this is my second day off the bike, and today I decided to stay so I could do this on the internet. But the steamed buns and pork belly and everything else sounds.
You should go have some of the pork belly because you like it.
So good. Right, I'm gonna call this to an end. Brownies for dessert, it says. I think. Right.
You know, I never make brownies.
Never.
No, because they seem like such a. I have to have an adventure, and brownies are oh hum to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, because.
Do you know what would be good?
What?
Nanaimo cake. That's
what?
Nanaimo cake.
I don't know. Is that the one that
That's the one I mentioned yesterday.
It would be incredible.
It's a Vancouver Island special. It's like a chocolate brownie.
If you'd stay a couple more days.
Before you know it, it's like 2 weeks later. I'm gonna have to get cycling again. My visa's running out.
I do make a good cheesecake with walnut crust.
Oh, okay.
And I put about 1/4 of a cup of tincture in it.
Tincture?
Marijuana tincture.
Oh, I didn't know that meant. These are all new words to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And I actually see Karen at the moment is reading a recipe book.
Oh, yes.
About steamed buns.
It's Momofuku. Do you want me to say what my children call that book?
I think we could guess.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. It's been 1 hour and 10 minutes on this live chat, so I'm going to call this to an end. Thank you, Karen, for being part of it.
Okay.
And for being a wonderful host. And thank you all for watching. Everybody that's been into the live chat and wrote any comments, that's really appreciated.
Oh, they can go look at my page on Facebook, 420 in the kitchen.
Okay, so shall I put a link to it in the?
Sure. I have a website too.
Yeah, what's your website?
420 in the kitchen.
Like numbers 420.
Yes.
420
in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.com.
Yeah.
There we go. If anybody's interested to look at Karen's website, what would they find on your website?
Recipes.
Oh, cool.
And if they have questions, they can contact me.
Oh, that's brilliant. I didn't even know that. That's really cool.
420@gmail.com.
What's the 420 in the kitchen mean?
420, this is what I heard, is that in the American culture, kids would say, instead of saying, let's meet up for a joint, they'd say, see you at 420.
It's just so that
it was a code
authorities can't understand it on
the high school didn't know what they were talking about, and they were out of school about 420. So they would meet someplace to have a joint. 420
in the kitchen. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. It's a little bit different to normal. For me, just talking about my bike. Bikes get a bit boring. You know what the interesting thing is? Just the people I meet. The bikes.
Yeah.
The bike doesn't interest me.
Like old cannabis cooks.
But you know, once I leave here, it's not, or go to other countries, it's more like oppressed. So it's not going to be as interesting. You know, like, so for me, this is a cultural experience. For people in the live chat, it definitely will be. But to you, it's like.
And if you live in Ireland, go help Vera fight for her right to have medicine for her daughter and everybody in Ireland.
That's lovely.
Tell the government what you think.
Right, I'm going to call this to an end. 1 hour and 13 minutes of live me talking and Karen. Thank you all so much. And I now need to go and edit a new video. I will see you later. I've been saying I'm going to edit that video all day.
You look so cute in there.
As do you. Right.
I used to look, my hair used to look like his.
Still not far from it. To be honest, mine's going pretty silver now, isn't it?
Well, this is what it's going to be.
Right. See you all. Bye.
Yes.
There we go.